There's an epidemic widespread across the USA of Lyme disease. I don't know if you're aware. Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan recently put out a flyer about Lyme disease. Lyme disease is a chronic disease. It's a horrible disease. I've done research on it, and I'll tell you something I found out. It's a CIA lab-created, horrible population reduction disease. There are implications. It's connected to fibromyalgia, maybe even Gulf War syndrome. There's a certain mycoplasma that shows up that seems to connect these diseases. It is lab created. I've got to hand it to Mitt Romney though. He is calling it a very serious disease. He is calling it an epidemic, and it is. You see, there's a lot of disinfo out there in the public domain about Lyme disease. Doctors who have tried to help very ill patients with long-term antibiotics have actually lost their licenses over it. One thing we want to do is get away from big pharmacy. The standard treatment is 2 weeks of antibiotics. The reason why I'm making this video specifically is to show you something natural that you can take to fight Lyme disease. If you know of anybody who has Lyme disease, please pass this information on. This is a natural extract. You can buy it at Walmart. It's standardized extract of olive leaf. This here is 150 milligrams, 60 capsules. Says on the front, promotes wellness. This is something very effective. It will kill the bacterium in the Lyme disease. There are athletes. There was one Olympic athlete in particular who used olive leaf extract to recover from an illness right before he had to perform at the Olympics. It's very awesome. I take it several times a week. Not every day, but I take it several times a week. If you know anybody who is suffering from Lyme disease, make sure you pass this information on to them. Olive leaf extract will kill the bacterium in Lyme disease. Lyme disease is very dangerous because the bacterium, the organism in it, can get into a person's brain, their organs, their joints, cause chronic problems that last for years. There's a lot of people suffering right now from Lyme disease. About 2 months ago, I had to rush a friend to the hospital. He came over to visit me. I looked at his arm. Underneath his arm, he had a huge red bullseye. We rushed to the emergency room. They took him right in. They told him that there was a widespread epidemic of Lyme disease here in Virginia. They told him a horse trainer had just died with the disease. Never even knew he had the disease. So it's something you don't want to mess around with. Sometimes when a tick bites you, you have an actual mark. Or you may see the tick, and pull the tick out. You may have an actual mark, a bullseye, and not notice a tick. Or you may have no marks at all. A lot of people get Lyme disease have no marks at all. There's some controversy about how long a tick has to be attached to you for you to acquire Lyme disease. When I was about 12 years old, I used to ride my pony in the woods. One day I pulled a huge tick off of my leg. And now, many years later, I have fibromyalgia. There's a connection, like I said, between fibromyalgia and Lyme disease. It is a lab-created population reduction disease. I believe the CDC is passing out information that it is not a long-term disease. They never tell the truth about anything, really. We all know that. And I believe it's underreported how many actual cases of Lyme disease there are in the USA right now. So there is a massive epidemic going on. Be aware. If you do come down with Lyme disease and you're treated with the 2-week treatment of antibiotics, after you finish the antibiotics and even while you're taking the antibiotics, make sure you're taking the live cold case probiotics. Whatever the medication is killing off in your body, including your good bacteria, you can replace it with the live probiotics. When you finish the 2-week treatment with the antibiotics, go to Walmart, go to your vitamin store, and buy the olive leaf extract capsules. If you know of anybody who has Lyme disease, please pass this information on.